Aló. Ahora sí, estamos en la goza, donde está la gente que debe estar presente. Estamos en la goza, aquí en la goza de Coveloops. Viene uno. A ver dónde está el otro. This first loop is dedicated to all the homies out there from 16th Avenue. Toda la raza de allí, del espagueti. Somos una cosa divina. Somos. ¿Dónde está la gente ya? Mucha gente interesado, que no quieren pasar. ¿Qué le pasa? Tenemos uno. Can we get two? A dos. ¿Quieren que empiece? Que yo voy a empezar y luego van a empezar. Y you're gonna have to go back and listen to it from the beginning. Pura gozadera. Se escucha la cumbia. Dice sí, dedicado a nuestra familia de la avenida 16, donde empezó todo, todos mis amigos, los primos Avelares, mi hermanito Tomasito, estamos en la gozadera. This is dedicated to you guys. Y así gozamos. Oye chica, estás muy bonita, te pareces como una florecita. En un jardín lleno de ternura, quisiera llevarte a mi travesura. En mi coche siempre te paseo, luego dices que papi me mareo, pero sabes bien cuánto yo te quiero, por eso te canto el romance sincero. Tú mi nena, muchacha preciosa, dime que me quieres, dime muchas cosas, dime que me amas y dime que me adoras. Yo sin ti una vida loca, pero que escuchas mi cantar y hasta fin me lo haría mejor que mar. Como te quiero mamacita, como te quiero mamacita. El sueño de tus labios llena mi corazón. Vamos a la tequila y vayamos a la canción. Un pasito por aquí y un pasito por acá. No estás volviendo loco con el amor que me da. Nunca buscaré amor en otros lados. Cuando estás con mí me pongo bebola. Tú mi arena, yo tu re, los dos enamorados. Así que síguelo pensando, así que síguelo pensando así. Como te quiero mamacita, como te quiero mamacita. Eso, un poquito de el pasado, la sociedad café, bien llegado. Thank you everybody who are here with us. Let me take off this effects. It's hella dope, but you know, we gotta take it off. It's all good. Yo, it is the solstice of 2020. Oh my God. So much to talk about, so much to think about. We have a very, very special guest and a very special treat for y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Hoping that everybody can hear me okay, but yeah, it looks like we still got 6 people, so we're doing good. We're doing good. All right, so folks, we are in the midst of a global pandemic, and there's a lot going on here in California, and we want to understand that that we are all in this together, and we all are struggling. The restaurants, the small businesses. I see a lot of people supporting small businesses. I'm down here in Oak Park, and I see a lot of people supporting the small businesses out here, and that's really wonderful. Thank you. Want to give a shout out to the first responders and the nurses and the people that are on the front line. Big thanks, big ups to you guys. You guys have been working your ass off, and as soon as we get this thing down, I personally will come serenade you, anybody. So keep that in mind, okay? I know I'm not the best singer in the world, but okay, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the most awesomest person that I know. And I want to welcome Miss Heather Rose. She's a health coach. She's going to give us some consejos. She's going to rock the house later, and we're hoping you can, you can stick around and check it out, okay? So without further ado, Miss Heather Rose.
Hey. Hiya.
Hiya.
I want to get my Christmas tree in there. Okay.
It's there. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
I'm in the
How's it
sunroom.
going? Yay. It's so good to have you here with us. I'm looking forward to gaining much knowledge. And I got to say this, folks. Heather has been just a tremendous, tremendous uh, shiro in my life, and I'm
Ditto for
like,
you.
well, yeah. Hey, if I can be a shiro, I will be a shiro any day. Okay, that's my thing. You know me. I'm all about that. I'm all about empowerment. I'm all about good health and raising the positive vibe. Yeah, and I get a lot of that from Miss Heather, and I gotta say thank you. Peace.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. Who is this Heather Rose? And tell us about your daily health regimen.
Okay, thank you first of all for having me on the show. It's raising awareness for a really important um, period in our lives. But yeah, I started off teaching as a young adult, and then when the drama advisor for our school, I was teaching in Vacaville High School. Go Dogs! Um, when she retired, the principal's like, "You're always flitting around here. Why don't you do the drama advisory? Why don't you teach theater?" And I was raised on a ranch. I learned how to raise cows and sew, and I was adopted. So I did my best to fit into my farm family, and I really, I did my best. But there was this inner, spirit inside me that wanted to be a performer. I was known in my small town as a good singer. I got most likely to succeed because everybody's like, "You're going to be a famous singer." But I followed in my mom's footsteps, and she was a teacher, so that's what I did for a long time. But then when I started teaching drama and theater, we were putting on musicals, and I just got the bug. I was like, "Peace out. I got to go try this." So at 37, I left my safe tenured position as a teacher and off I went. I've been doing music ever since. I started off in a band called Mad Dash, and we did softball crab feeds, and it was pretty ho dunk, but that's where I started. And then last year with my Skinner tribute, we did one of the most amazing event centers in Texas. There were hot air balloons. I mean, it was like a 14-year progression where you know how it is if you're a musician, you have to hustle all the time. Like, it's not about, oh,
Right.
what do you like to sing? It's like, well, what circuit can I get on? So I ended up in a tribute that did county fairs, casino showrooms, outdoor concert, theater circuit, and then another one, um, Jumpstart, we're a corporate band, so we did all private events. So, it's a struggle. And right now with COVID, um, you are thriving with your technological advances. Me, I had to segue out of because I was a stage performer, So I I'm 51. I'm a grandma, and I did an incredible amount of self-care to stay fit for the stage because unlike Beyonce, when you're up there, doing back-to-back shows and you've got 3 sets that are an hour apiece, ain't nobody lip syncing up there. You have to be fit,
You'd be
and
surprised. You'd be surprised.
right?
They're like,
So yeah, yeah, yeah. So I had the honor of working with some of my best friends, Deborah Lee Anderson,
mm,
um, Cara Edwards, these Sarah Kellner. These girls are my
badasses.
yeah, my co-singers and my best friends. Sarah's like a daughter to me, but you know, that's kind of my story. And when COVID hit, I enrolled in an entrepreneurial course. Um, Vanessa Simpkins, a 10K in 30 days. She was a coach teaching other women how to be coaches so they can go remote. You can rock your business in your bikini if you want, which if you guys know me, I'm always in my bikini. My
Whoa,
hair is
whoa,
still
whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So you have become a health coach
yeah.
and you have a where do I have this? You actually have a oh, I'm not supposed to do this. You have a group, a private group on. Can you
I
tell us
do on
about that?
Facebook. Well, it's called
The
Fit-
Diamond Life
the
Matrix.
Diamond Life Matrix. Yeah, and it's all about getting fit, fab, and fearless. One of the things I do to be fearless and to build courage is I jump in ice cold water. I just got back from the river. Um, and yeah, it's 3 times a week. I did it for 105 weeks in a row. That's over 2 years. I got in the river 3 times a week. I never missed a week until I got a wasp sting. And then that broke my streak. And while I was laid up, that's when I was like, what am I going to do? This was back in May. COVID took all my shows. What am I going to do? And here I am. I'm laid up. And that's when I discovered Vanessa Simpkins online, her entrepreneurial course, and I invested in myself, and she taught me everything I need to know to be a remote coach. I can do it. My clients can be in New Zealand. They can be all over the world. That's one of the things that COVID has opened a door for is a whole new community of a wide open community of people that can connect. I wasn't even on Facebook until June 2020. That's how, like, I haven't had cable internet, had nothing in my house for the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years because I wanted to disconnect from social dogma. But you know,
Yeah.
but when everything came down, it was like, wait a minute, this is a time when we need to, like minds need to come together. So the people in the Diamond Life Matrix are all on the same path. And what I've discovered is through Facebook is these other private groups that it really is creating this matrix of like-minded stuff, and the alignment of the planets, and 20 12 21 20, and the paradigm shift that's coming where that old ideology of, well, if things get really tough, we can just kill each other, that
Whoa, 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 whoa,
choice.
whoa, 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 whoa! You're getting too extreme.
Oh,
We're not killing anybody. Nobody's killing anybody.
well, no, that's been the pattern.
Right, right. No,
That's
I
been our best
totally.
thinking. Our best
Yeah.
thinking as humanity is,
Probably
well,
not our
okay,
best,
let's go
but
to war,
yeah,
let's kill each other. And that's about to end.
yeah.
This collective of like minds is, there's going to be a paradigm shift in thinking, and that choice is going to be so low on the list of possible choices. There, everybody's going to be like, why did we ever do it that way? Why did we think that was the best way? And so I'm on that path, and I'm looking to connect with other people who are on that path too. And one way to do it is to practice extreme self-care, like
Yes, yes. There we go. Hello. I gotta say, by the way, those peace sign earrings are bang a lang in. Hello.
yeah,
Just they look like ornaments. They're just like
I got it on my shirt
they're
too.
so cool. Yeah, peace, peace,
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really what I'm about,
Yeah.
and so
And
that's
that's
what
that's
I've been
part of
doing.
the health. That's part of your health regiment, though. Is your frame of mind and what your
Right.
intention is, and
Right.
I
Connecting with
mean,
nature.
yeah, and and doing no harm, and that's all part of that. It helps make sense
And
of a lot
sun
of things.
gazing. I'm
Yeah,
actually in the
yeah,
room where I do my sun gazing,
yeah. I could see
while
the
it goes
sun right
down.
in your lap.
Yeah.
So
I
tell
watch
so
it
tell
go down.
us. Yeah, so tell us about like your some of your health regimens. I mean, everybody wants to know.
Okay, well, this is one of them. At this time every day, you've known me now for 7 years. I actually get antsy if I'm indoors at sunset. If the sun's going down, like my antenna just goes up, and I literally have to flee any building I'm in and just like try to find it. Um, and so now I just prepare ahead of time and just plan it out. I know where I'm going to be and where I'm going to see it. And there's some different places I see it, but watching that sunset, when it's low on the horizon, you can actually stare at it when it's low on the horizon in the morning or in the evening, and it's an energizing, youth enhancing, healing uh, experience. I say some prayers at that time, so that's one of the things I do. I make. Let's see if you guys can see
Make
it.
sure make sure you're wearing your sunblock too when you are sun gazing because those rays can be strong and I think
Well,
shea
I only do it
butter,
at
coconut oil. But yeah, you were saying you do it at a certain time
yeah,
and
only in the
they're
morning
not as
or at
hard. Yeah.
night. Yeah. Oh,
Right.
I don't stare at it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because then
Right.
it's. But at this time of day, I'm watching it. I live right across the river from Sac State, and so that I go down there and swim in the river. And they built a science building. It just was completed last year, so now I don't get to see the sun set quite as low on the horizon. But
Oh yeah, that building is such a
I mean, it's a beautiful
yeah.
building, and I enjoyed watching the workers build it. They were amazing the way they, I
Yeah.
really admire um, how men, women do too, but it really seems like that's a strength of men, to build things and to make things work and to work together to create a finished product, or sometimes alone. But, it's something I really admire about men. But, you guys rock.
Well, it's something that I admire about everybody that's creative and women and men is the ability to adapt. And for me, this whole COVID thing has really really like forced me to adapt, and I've had to look at things, and it's given me time to look at myself in the mirror and to try and really do something about my health and wellness and I can't thank you enough because you know you're nice enough to share that with me and it's really really helped me out a lot and stay getting my mindset nice and grounded, and really thinking about my health, and because
Well,
if you
that's
know
my
me,
purpose. Yeah.
yeah, if you know me, I'm just like, okay, I will sacrifice myself for
Right. And
whatever, and
you're
it's
not
like,
alone. Some of my best friends, and you know who you are. You work
yeah,
so hard, and I keep reminding you, well, make sure you do an L pose in there, because if you're not going to slow down, then you need to respect this gift that we're given.
yeah,
And now we're older. So as we get older, things don't just roll off our shoulders anymore. They take us down. And
yeah.
I have chronic injury, chronic pain
Hmm.
from an injury that I have to like limit my steps every day. Not because I want to, I have to. Like this ankle just won't bear weight very much. So that's why I swim so much. But we're all facing health challenges, and the only thing we can do is our best. But like, I'm just no holds barred. Whatever it takes, I'll do it. I haven't eaten sugar or flour for it'll be 9 years in February. I just said, F it. If sugar is gonna hold me back, if it's going to keep me from being dynamic, then F it. It's out the door. It's out the window.
It
So,
keeps you from reaching your full potential.
right,
You know.
right,
Yep.
right.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But my purpose is to make people happy, entertain, heal myself and others, and inspire. So, as
Yes.
long as I'm doing something each day that helps me to entertain, heal myself and others, or inspire, make people happy, then I'm living in alignment with my purpose. So I'm just really grateful that I know what my purpose is, because
Yeah.
there's no midlife crisis here. I can wake up and attend to it every day. It's nice to get paid to do it, though.
That. Yeah. It's nice to get paid in general.
Yeah, we do
But
live in a world
yeah.
that requires us to be financially solvent.
Well,
So,
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's free market capitalism, and there's a lot of issues with that. But we're not going to get into that, because you know me, I'm like, everything. Nobody, nobody gets left behind. In in my world, in
you
my frame of thought. But I mean, at the same time, I do have to learn how to put myself in front, because I can't really be, of assistance if I have a bad back, or if I messed up my knee, or if I just
Well,
can't,
you
I can't.
can. You actually can, because I'm messed up. My ankle is messed up, but it's not going to stop me. But you don't have that. Like, I got my injury when I was 21. You're good. If you haven't sustained a heavy duty, like my foot twisted all the way around in that car wreck. It was crushed. But if you haven't, then man, I wished I could be in your body for a second so that I could run again. And if you have the ability to do things and you're just not, because you're not in the frame of mind, then I don't know. I would be out there doing it if I could. You know,
Well,
don't wait till you can't. Do it.
and if you can't, just you could jump on my back, and I'll give you a piggyback ride
Well,
down to the
yeah,
banks, down to
twice
the
a week.
riverbanks.
Twice a week. Twice a week. You've been doing that
Yes.
for about the last 12 weeks. When
Yeah.
this West Coast caught on fire,
Oh.
the air quality was so bad that I couldn't get down to the river to swim. And within 1 month, um, those fires lasted forever. I lost my ability to walk completely.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
pain was so bad I couldn't sleep. I ended up in ER. So, you came to the rescue. We went down and saw Zamora, and you
Yeah.
carried me everywhere. And we went to Santa Monica, and then you've been taking me down there twice a week. And then today I walked down. I did walk down, um, carefully and slowly. Sundays is wild around here now. It's like a
Yeah.
theme park where I
Oh
live on the
gosh.
on the levee. Yep.
Just
But
whoever you get by, just walk away. Like,
well, nobody gets,
yeah.
I'm not near
Nobody comes
anybody.
by.
Like, I'm in the
Yeah.
river watching people walk across the bridge,
Yeah.
and they're looking. I mean, I get videotaped every time I swim, pretty much. People are
Yeah.
like with their phones videotaping. I'm like, hi, I'm practicing cryo.
It's all
But
right.
cryotherapy, it helps with my anxiety and depression too. Like,
Yeah.
you just It releases endorphins. So all of a sudden you're smiling, laughing. It moves the lymph. If you have an injury and you can't run, jump in cold water. The lymph squirts, and you just, you get an
That
oil
movement.
change really quick. And it's a, you know, it's, I'm pretty trim. I'm pretty trim.
Extreme.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's
no, no,
another,
no. You just follow her on Facebook or go to Time Life Matrix. She has so many like health regiment hacks. It's like it's not funny. Like I can't keep up. Like, okay, I get it, but it's like the really the things that I'm trying to do every day to make it where I'm doing something
yeah, you're
good
doing
for
the
my health. So
baking soda, apple cider vinegar,
yeah.
lemon juice
Hmm.
in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm starting to feel like just I'm pumped up. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to.
Well, and from carrying me too,
Yeah.
you're getting muscly. I mean, you were already muscly, but it's like giving you muscles in a different way. This is chia seed milkshake that I make.
Ooh, yum.
Uh,
What is chia seed?
well, it's just a really healthy, um, the vegan community embraces it because it has a lot of protein in it. But yeah, it's bomb. The recipe's on my private group. I love my DLM diamonds too. Such nice folks. It's a
Yeah.
small group now, but it's getting bigger. And I'm also, if you want to jumpstart, if you want to get superhero fit, and no matter what your challenge is, then I'm for hire too. I work one on one with folks,
Plug plug.
and you
Yeah.
know you can
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, you work one on one with me, and I've never really felt this healthy in a long time. Like, I mean, if I can carry you on my back down to the levee, it's like that
Twice a
speaks for
week for
itself.
12 weeks.
It's
Twice
like
a week for
it's
12 weeks.
yeah, it
You've done
speaks
that.
it's yeah, and it speaks for itself. And I do the elixir in the morning, and that helps. And I'm really more conscious about what I'm putting in the Ferrari. Um, but yeah,
Best feeling in the frying.
the chia seed thing is really good. I like.
I just
It's
reuse my
so
bottles, my
yummy.
kombucha bottles. I
Yeah,
reuse my kombucha bottles because I'm a, recycle, reuse kind
yeah,
of gal. So, yeah.
indeed. So before we break off and before we run out of time, I wanted to talk to you about intermittent fasting
Mm,
because that's another thing that I've kind of incorporated into my regimen, my health regimen,
sure.
and it's really helped tremendously, and I feel empowered. I really
Yeah,
do. I feel like it makes me feel good. Like
right.
I'm going somewhere with this. So I do not discount at all. The advice that I've gotten from you, um, just knowing you personally, and yeah,
Yeah, it's
what's up
hard,
with
right?
that? Oh
It's hard.
yeah.
Well, intermittent fasting, basically, whenever you go a long time without, stuffing food in your pie hole, basically, I'm just like, my regimen is I keep my pie hole closed, for big blocks of time. Um, Many magical things happen to the body. It really slows down the aging process. I've been doing yoga for a long, long time too. My daughter was 6 months old when I started, and
Well,
she's 24 now. But
so with intermittent fasting, like something happens like on a molecular level, right? And a cellular level,
yes,
like
all the bad stuff, anything that's predisposed to become disease or maybe cancer, or anything that's a mitochondria that's not working right, anything that's not pulling its weight, it gets ejected from the cells when your body reaches autophagy, which is like it starts about 12 hours. Like, and that's usually as long as many of us will go. We'll go 12 hours at the longest, like from the time we
mhm.
go to bed at night till the morning. But if you keep going, and get, between 12 and 18 hours, there's this period of autophagy where the cells are just like kicking back and releasing all this the junk that's in there. The digestion gets to take a rest, gets to take a break. It was brought up that it raises cortisol, but I have a video that shows us how to, if, as long as you don't have caffeine, it's when you mix cortisol and insulin that
Mm.
you're gonna get heavy. But you guys have seen, if you haven't seen
Well,
me, check out my page. I'm not,
s-
I'm thin.
so essentially, when you're doing intermittent fasting, essentially what's happening is your cells are taking a poop, like it's pooping out. Like when you poop out the bad stuff, like the toxins and stuff that
Right.
you get to poop on a cellular level. So
That's your
hey,
that's your analogy, which I think is funny because you have fourth grade poop humor a lot. It's funny. Yeah.
yikes.
Your
So
inner fourth grader.
yeah, yeah.
But before we go, I have a question for you.
Uh oh.
You're you're a musician and you're an entertainer, and I think you know, you're a teacher as well. You teach many students over the years,
BTU Arts, plug,
right? Right. But so
support.
many, and a private. What I think the audience wants to learn today, and I think you may be the only one who can teach us this, is what is the second verse to Jingle Bells, dude? I know you know it. Like, what is the second verse, you
The
know?
second verse, I learned it from Mr. Marmestein. He was me and Chino Moreno from the Deftones. We went to elementary school together, and he taught us. That's where I learned it, and I know that Chino he learned it too, and we used to always like
Mhm.
giggle and laugh and stuff in class because we were funny first graders. But
Yeah.
a day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bride was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank. Misfortune was his thought. He got into a drifted bank, and we got upset. Jingle bells, jingle. But Mr. Marmonsey would always say upset, and then he'd stop and he'd go upset. So that's how I know it. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure if you ask Chino, do you know the second verse of Jingle Bells, he would sing it just like that because
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
we roll. But
Right.
yeah. Big blessings to him and his family. They're up in Bend, Oregon, I think, in Bend. But yeah, he's living the country like forest snow pile. You got to shovel out the snow out of your driveway to get your car out lifestyle. So yeah, and they
Right.
just they just came out with an album and stuff. And every now and then I get to see him and stuff. But yeah, I actually I had Abe on a text message this morning. I was just sending him some loves, like what's up, man?
Yeah, you guys are
Mm.
so cute together. I have a adorable video of you guys playing together in a nursery room. Like, you guys, let's have a rehearsal in the nursery room, and you're sitting on these little tiny 3-year-old, 4-year-old chairs and playing your instruments.
That was
So
funny.
cute. You
That was
guys are
funny.
funny. Yeah.
But okay, so right before we cut off, though, I want to say this is the solstice tomorrow. Something really big's happening. We talk about um, going to chase after the celestial beings and the celestial bodies, and I've been on moon hunts with Heather many a time, and it's really cool. It's like I get to embody myself with the celestial being of the moon and the sun, and
It's very
that's something that we all
powerful.
as human beings we all share together. Like the sun belongs. I mean, the sun, but we belong to the sun. We belong to the earth. We belong to the sun, and those celestial beings and bodies are been always been celebrated by like my ancestors, and you know, um, it's really a wonderful feeling. So, folks, if you get a chance, go check out that moon when it comes up. Check out the moonrise. Check out sunset, sunrise. Get out there and feel the rays and the vibration that that will help
It
us all
heals.
connect.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
very
heals.
healing.
It's really hard to be out of alignment when you spend time quietly in nature. That was one of the things that happened to me when I stopped being able to run.
Hmm.
Was I had to be, I still wanted to be outside, I just want to go outside and play all the time. You know me. As long if it's sunny, I want to be out there.
Hmm.
But sometimes I have to just sit still, and it's in those quiet moments that observing nature, it's like it reminds me of how infinitesimal I am in the grander scheme of things, and yet we're all super important to protecting our planet.
Yeah,
And
indeed.
it comes the awareness comes first, and then we can take right action. And that's the place
Indeed.
where we're at right now. It's like,
Hmm.
okay, it's time for right action. We started off with some good stuff, recycling and all of that, but like we need mega right action. And so there Margaret Hepworth, she is a woman from Australia or New Zealand. She has a peace curriculum. She travels all over the world teaching it, and she's just full of hope. And there's other people out there too that are just, you know, they're Seth Leaf Pruzansky. He has the
Hmm.
Water Consciousness
Oh yeah,
movement
yeah, yeah, yeah.
private group.
Really wonderful page.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like the article I saw this morning there about the story of the star people and
Hmm.
how celestial beings have are part of even the indigenous story.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
there's just a lot of cool stuff in our world, and it should all be celebrated. So putting our focus on the most positive stuff we can. It's hard to do when you're depressed, so go jump in cold water. I'm telling you, it works. Yeah.
One
If
day.
you're depressed and you haven't tried it, then you got to at least try it. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just
it
it's
really
an
does
ultimate.
work.
Yeah.
Or take a cold shower at the end of your warm shower.
Yeah.
My friend James Zavala,
Hmm.
he's like a surrogate son to me. He does it 6 days a week at the end of his shower. Cara Murphy Edwards, she's
Right on.
doing it
Yeah.
almost every day too at the
Yeah.
end of her shower. And these
Yeah.
are vibrant people. They have this radiant energy. And that's one of the things that I've cultivated as well by putting really clean things in here, focusing on nature, spending time with quality people that are living in alignment with their purpose. Like you're so inspiring to me because you do cool things that not a lot of people can do, and they're artistic and creative, and I celebrate that.
Woo woo woo.
Yeah, everybody, especially in
Thank
today's
you.
world where we grow up, the world tells
Yeah.
us, oh, you need to go get the 9 to 5 with the 401k, or you're letting your family down. And it's hard to go against that when there's this huge pressure to do that, but it's something very terrible is lost, you know
Hmm.
or something very beautiful is lost when we have a gift. We have to It's there to be expressed, it's to be given. That's why we
Sure.
call it a gift.
Absolutely. Right on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Heather Rose, she has her private page is Diamond Life Matrix. If you're interested in learning more, you can look her up there. You can look her up on Facebook. She's on Instagram. She's got the bomb like hacks and health and wellness regiments. Yeah, she's got
51, baby.
biceps. Yeah, and so I want to put a shout out to Kara and Zach because they did the Sade tribute band where I met Heather. She called me up and said, "Hey, we need a percussionist." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to them. Love you guys. Happy
Yeah.
holidays. So we're gonna cut out. And I wish you health, happiness, peace, love, and light. And yeah, we have a special treat. And I also want to say that this song is going to go out to Dogface 420 because he's really brought this back, and he brought back a feeling of self joy that a lot of people, they kind of like talk mess about him because he's recovering and all that. So he was like a recovering,
Oh yeah, I'm
a
recovering
recovering
alcoholic.
addict. Yeah.
18 years
So
sober. 18 years
yeah,
sober.
and you know what? And I don't know how long Dogface has been, Nathan Apodaca, but we want to send love to you. He just announced that he came down with COVID, so he's trying to take care, and we're putting this song out for him, and I don't know, it's just funny. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, this song can be dedicated to an anti-masker too.
So
If you
many.
listen,
One of my new friends on Facebook, when I put the little clip out, she told me, "Gosh, that reminds me of my mom." And then I got to hear a little bit about her mom who passed. So
yeah.
we're here to help each
Well,
other get through those things.
indeed. Well, I'm definitely gonna have you back on this show because there's so much more to share. But for now, we're gonna clock out with I call it COVID dreams.